Yo, what is good, everybody? With this episode of Attack on Titan, can I be the first to say, Aaron, you crazy. You are a crazy, crazy, crazy man. And I really feel bad that wherever this arc takes Aaron towards the end of it or whatnot, wherever he ends up, he's gonna be pretty nutty. So it's hard to see these characters going through all these moments, including when they give us such a good moment of the flashback of just thinking of like they started out as kids behind the wall, just misbehaving, to now being the only reason why those kids can run freely and stuff without being in harm's way is because they're the ones protecting them at this point. So it almost feels like this show could try to do that kind of easily without that much hatred coming towards them. I don't know. Like, imagine Attack on Titan without, Mikasa. Maybe Mikasa would be, like, older, or everybody would be older, but they're not. They're the ones that are inside the walls, and there's different scout regiment people that do what they do. I can kind of see that happening, like a younger generation of people, like Levi types of people, or just in general, much younger or much more capable. I mean, one of our main characters has lost an arm, and all he can really do is commence the attacks at this point. He can't even really get in there and do much, but him being on there, his presence being on the battlefield, automatically you can tell changes that much more of where they're trying to get things done and how quickly they can get it done. Just his presence alone gets that done. So I'm pretty happy that they're keeping him around in that instance. Not only that, we're looking at the wifey Mikasa just really being sidebarred. Like, where, huh? They just think we don't need some Mikasa in our life. We get a little bit of her stopping Eren, and then what? What does she do after that? Please write down in the comments what she did after that, because guess what? She didn't do much. I can tell you that. Levi getting most of his big role at the end of the episode, in my opinion. Seeing this giant, nasty turkey with its skin cut off looking Titan, I was completely like dumbfounded that they actually went to the extent of being realistic with how the human body would probably had reacted after scraping it on the ground for quite a bit, like a ways out. They went as realistic as possible, so not only did they go realistic with how it would probably come out, including with like a healing factor involved in it. So like the healing factor clearly was the main reason why that thing was even still alive. But the other thing about it is whenever I see stuff like that, and I'm like, what would actually happen if that happens to you? Like, this is pretty spot on of me getting that kind of question answered, and they look disgusting. I love that they showed us that, and then not only that, but our man with the missing arm, who, if he wasn't there to take this gamble or had the type of social status or the type of prowess that you need to call this shot, he called the shot of, if I was a gambling man, he probably wouldn't even have a mouth, and then we can shove like a Titan handful of barrels down his throat to try to get to the nape. And that's absolute genius, but it's also saying that they kind of had planned to wait for it to get that close in the first place, right? Like, how else would they have shoved the giant thing of barrels down his throat unless it just all of a sudden stopped coming from the town, you know? They even wanted it to be on a certain spot. Oh, Levi, get your revenge, buddy. Um, but with all that being said, it kind of baffles me that this show hasn't really like dabbled in showing other people's like storylines away from this. I'm guessing if this does well, where they're not showing much Titans and things are just kind of going in their own speed and things like that, and people are still enjoying it. Maybe they will do that eventually, or the show might just end with this cast that we kind of have, these set characters that we're already with, which is not bad. I can't. If they're gonna age them at all, it only made sense that they should introduce a young generation as well to kind of balance out that process. But I am not a creator of an anime. I'm just throwing out my opinion on it. But amazing episode nonetheless. I kind of wish that this Titan seemed more deadly. It kind of felt like it was just here to give people what they've been catering for, which is an attack on a Titan. They wanted to see a Titan, and what better thing to do for your fans than to give them a brand new Titan, pretty much relived season 1 for like these other kids and their perspective. So now they have their own feeling, but then they get a way cooler outcome than the one that was done way back when, with Eren showing up on the bridge doing that yellow lightning. I think that yellow lightning is so iconic now that it's one of those things I can't wait to see before seeing the actual transformation. That's the one thing I'm actually like waiting for, just praying for. Be like, lightning! Okay, episode over. Peace. I'm out. You guys are gonna have to fill me in on the rest that happened after that. Even though I kind of lied saying that I'm seeing how I know what Levi kind of finds in the end. But shut up, man. Shut up. I love the lightning. But yeah, to the end, Levi finding Kenny. Kenny boy got half of his face burnt off. If he had a little bit more of his face burnt up, I would have said he was going to be the Freddy Krueger Titan. Like, you gotta get some... Okay, sorry, it wasn't funny. But with Kenny being alive, it really goes to show just how crazy that power-up that the Ackermans pretty much have at this point. That not only Levi, Kenny, and Mikasa are all 3 people that we know have had this strange occurrence where they get this feeling of power and they know exactly what to do with it. Is kind of how Levi explains it. So to know that Kenny escaped from this giant cluster of falling debris, boulders, stalactites, all these different things falling down, he still gets out, and he's walking as if he could find a doctor and get patched up real quick, call him Patches. But then all of a sudden, our boy Levi is showing up like he knew where Kenny would go. Like, man, bro, that is when you know you messed up by teaching this person anything, because not only did he escape something that was dire and death threatening. I couldn't get that out. But we also see that wherever he goes, Levi seems to show up somehow, some way. He's gonna show up, and that's probably because it's your fault for even being involved with the guy. But only if you get on his bad side. I mean, if they were still on each other's good side, I'm pretty sure that would have been one of the best reunions he's ever had. But not so much if you see what's happening. But a huge, huge shocker, seeing that there's a serum to pretty much become a Titan, right? Like, that's what we've seen mostly, right? Is Aaron became a Titan through a serum. Uh, the main guy just wanted his daughter to become a Titan by getting injected by the serum. Now the serum is in the hands of Kenny, who was dying. And last time I checked, when Aaron got a whole arm and leg bit off, he grew that thing back. So why wouldn't Kenny just want to become a Titan shifter? Because even if Kenny becomes a Titan shifter, he would still have to hope that he eats someone that is a Titan shifter to get his actual body back. So I think Kenny's a little bit smarter than I was first giving him credit for, in the sense I was like, just be a Titan, but you definitely don't want to be a mindless Titan walking around. Not only just walking around, but you would be walking close by the place, close by the walls. You would be the first Titan to be taken out by the scouts, who would probably send out Levi, who Levi's probably antsy after, getting his leg all fixed up and not fighting Titans. First thing he's going to want to do is fight a Titan that's close by the walls. You don't even got to go far. It's a hop and a skip, But amazing stuff. Nonetheless, they even show us where the next episode's going, even after such a colossal Titan showing up, getting destroyed with barrels down his throat. Very good episode of Attack on Titan. I thought I represented by cutting up some myself. So with that, everybody, I hope you enjoy. Thank you for the new subscribers, and I will see more of you later if you enjoy it. I think that's how it works, right? Yeah. If not, let me know. Alright, everybody. Take care.